Annyeong! We are One to Sarang.
Your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Ang daming kilig every time
Oh my
we see
God.
K-drama.
We also talk K-pop.
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Also on YouTube. Join us sa tawanan at kwentuhan from One to Sarang.
Hi, this episode is not suitable for everyone. Parental guidance is advised. We are Bunk Collective.
Welcome to your Unfiltered Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTV Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. Yun, I think this is better now. Good morning, welcome to the podcast. As we record this episode on the morning of Sunday. Why I'm recording this on Sunday? Okay. Long story short, napasabak ako sa giyari. Nagpahinga ako malala. Ayun, I got a 3-hour call. And yun na nga. Sobrang lala. The rest is history. And yeah. Payo ko lang sa inyo, sanayin nyo na yung sarili nyo sa mga ganyan. Lalo na yung mga papasok dyan, mga call center, ganyan. Sanayin nyo rin yan. 3 hours call. It's like watching Raw without commercial breaks. Ayun, sanayin nyo na lang yung sarili nyo na ganyan. Kasi ganyan din yung mangyayari sa inyo down the line. Pero we're not stopping here. And hindi rin tayo titigil regarding on the show, man. Okay, so let's start with talking about All in London. Ito, balita muna tayo. So, speaking of AEW. So, Premier Sports Top DMV's channel or si Top DMV announced on social media that they're no longer airing AEW shows, which is Dynamite na one-day delayed telecast and the pay-per-views. It's because hindi naman siya na-explain. But yan, Top DMV announced on their social media platforms that they are now no longer the AEW's Philippines broadcaster. No reasoning was explained through their social media, but they said that they will give more entertainment stuff on their network. And wala ring explanation masyado on why they dropped the shows altogether. And on the first day, you scroll the app last September 1. Wala na. It's all WWE now. And all of the programs na hawak ni TAP, yun na lang basically yung nando doon sa TAP Go TV. September 1 pa lang wala na lahat ng mga programs ni AEW. So parang nag-slow mo na rin sila sa pag-release ng mga shows ni AEW. So wala na rin silang choice kundi tanggalin na rin yung mga shows na yung mga pay-per-views altogether. So yung mga naka-upload doon na pay-per-views, it's Revolution, this year, yung double or nothing this year, yung Forbidden Door this year. Yun lang, yung tatlong yun. Then, the rest, mga ilan na episodes ng Dynamite, pa isa-isa, pa dalawa-dalawa, kada linggo. Yun lang. So, yun na yung natira sa Top Go before they officially deleted all of the programming and dropping all of the AEW programs altogether. So, simple lang naman ang explanation dito. Since Top is the home of the WWE, medyo logical na yung pagtanggal ng mga AEW shows here on the platform. Plus, dagdag na rin natin na Top is more prioritizing WWE since sila yung sa tingin nila na mas profitable sa viewers and sa mga nanonood din on their network at saka sa service nila. So, it's kinda understandable why they dropped Top, why they drop AEW altogether sa kanilang service. So, the only option that we have actually legally is AEW Plus on Fight. So, kung titignan natin mabuti ang AEW Plus, it's 359 pesos a month. So, kung gusto nyo manood ng AEW shows here in the Philippines, it's still available on Fight. And the pay-per-views, it's 1,100 per pay-per-view. Depende na rin kung gusto nyo bilhin sa pay-per-view. And, of course, sa mga illegal na sites So, it's kind of unfortunate that nawala na yung option ni Top sa atin and they drop all of the AEW shows altogether. Di na nga nila na-air yung All In London. So, yun na yun. Parang, wala naman. Sa akin lang, mamimiss ko yung Top kasi seamless kasi yung app nila. Pagdating sa, hindi naman sa mamimiss, like for real. Mamimiss ko lang AEW programs kasi sa tingin ko, pag ganitong mga pay-per-views ng AEW, yung mga watch wrestling, nagloloko yan mga streaming websites na alam naman natin na ginagamit ng mga fans. Pag alam natin hindi available sa Disney Plus o kaya sa Top Go, yung kanilang mga programs na ini-air sa kanilang mga service, yun talagang watch wrestling ang ginagamit natin. Sa mga karamihan, sa mga nanonood, di po ako din nagsasabi na mag-illegal kayo, pero minsan kasi no choice tayo no? Sa mga ganyang bagay, hindi ako nangungumbinsi mag-illegal kayo, pero wala tayong choice. Since wala tayong broadcaster, wala Ayun. So, also to add, ang balita kasi baka dumating na si Max dito by 2024. They pulled out Discovery Plus earlier this year. So probably by next year, darating na dito si Max na hindi yung kainan mga putang ina nyo. Ayusin nyo. Ayun. So si Max na streaming service ni HBO tsaka ni Warner Bros. Discovery, basically the mixed HBO Max tsaka yung Discovery Plus. Basically, they merged it together into Max. Yung buhay pa ngayon, yung HBO Go, but most likely before the year ends, mag-obsolete na rin ito. Kasi malala rin yung competition when it comes to streaming services here in the Philippines. Like we have Netflix, we have Disney Plus, we have View, we have our local streaming services as well, yung Amazon Prime. Like, meron na rin tayong mga locals like yung Viva Max, yung mga I1 TFC, Signa Play, yung mga ganyang streaming. Top Go, sama na rin natin. Pero, si HBO kasi makakasurvive yan dito for sure. Kasi kanila nakapak na rin parang Disney yung mga programs nila. Ang inaantay na lang natin is the debut of AEW's streaming service pag dumating na sa US, sa Max US, and darating na yan dire-diretso sa iba't ibang countries including Philippines through their respective Disney Plus or Max, sorry naman. Lahat ko nang sabing Disney Plus, ano ko ba? But ayan, mamimiss ko yung AEW sa top kasi wala, seamless lang kasi yung service ni top. Kahit yung sa WWE na sa tingin ko nag-improve na rin yung app ni top. So yun, magandang bagay yun. Yung app din ng WWE, kung ginagamit nyo si top, masasanay din kayo sa bagong WWE app. And ayun lang naman, kung mamimiss nyo din si top as AEW broadcaster, let me know on the social media platforms. Ayun lang naman. So, again, goodbye Tap as the broadcaster of All Elite Wrestling. And as we go to another All Elite Wrestling related show, let's talk about this. Okay. So, AEW All In was finished last weekend. Di na tayo masyadong magagawa ng review dito. Hindi naman nakakatamad. Pero ang gusto kong mangyari kasi sa AEW, ang tawag dito? Ang ano ko kasi dito, ano ba nang gusto kong mangyari? Tawag dito? Hit lang nga. Alam mo yun, ito. Start nga tayo sa All In, no? All In London. All In London people, ito magpakatotoo tayo, ha? Itong All In London was a big success. Sobrang grabe yung naging success nitong All In London. From ticket sales to pay-per-view buys, akalain nyo na matatalo nito yung WrestleMania or yung SummerSlam in 1992, even WrestleMania. So, first day tickets pa lang tinalo na nila yung Grand Slam ng 2021. Then, tinalo rin nila sa revenue from Forbidden Door and the largest attendance then as well for a professional wrestling event na 80,709 ng WrestleMania 39. But yan, just setting up your expectation about WrestleMania or maybe this event PLE sa All In London. Some parts may be worth it on you, some parts is not. Pero kayo, o yun, sa inyo naman yan, hindi naman sa akin. Basta I will just give you guys ideas na sa ideya naman sa inyo naman yan kung manonood ko. Pero ang nakakabuwisit lang, nabibuwisit lang ako. Kasi, I watch it on fights, kinda hassle. Yung Fight TV po siya. Hindi ko maintindihan kung ano ba ang problema nun. Problema ba ng fight yun o internet. Basta, teotopak siya. Teotopak yung Fight TV ngayon. Sana maayos yun po siya. Ewan ko kung ano. Tanggalin ko na nga. Ewan ko ba kung ano yung tinutopak throughout the show. Kung yung internet ko ba o yung Fight TV itself, kasi sobrang hirap talaga i-navigate ng bagong app ni Fight. So, ayun, sobrang throughout the show, topak talaga si Fight TV. Let me know kung sa inyo din ganyan. Pero ayun, sobrang lala ng topak. Start tayo with matches. Recap na natin yung mga results na nangyari throughout the show. Okay. So, first, MJF. Naman tawag dito. Ano ba tawag dito? Okay. So, ang mag-reference tayo ng konti dito sa mga wait for a moment. Aray ko, patangin na mo, sakit. Ano ito? Tayo na nalimutan ko yung gusto ko sabihin dito. Wish it ka. Okay. So, Okay, okay. Mhm. Ayan si de ay na, putang ina ba't nagpo-pause tayo? Okay, so let's do the recap of AEW All In. Ito na, All In. Mhm. All In card was great dito sa totoo lang. Yung buong card as in just so good sa totoo lang kasi ano ba tawag dito? Yung pagka-solid kasi ng all-in card na ito, parang ayos siya eh. Ayos tong card na to eh. Yung ano to? Maganda yung all-in card. Let's face it, okay? So, ang problema lang natin when it comes to this, nasasapawan yung all-out. Yung all-out na mamaya pag-uusapan natin throughout the show. Sapawan eh. Parang sapawan yung nangyayari eh. Si Tony Khan may booking problems talaga. Ito may sumpong to eh. Mamaya natin pag-usapan throughout the show eh, no? Okay. So, recap muna tayo ng all-in results. Hindi natin gagawa masyado ng review. So, mag-criticize na lang tayo depending on the match. Then, pag-usapan na rin natin transition yung mga nangyari sa fallout ng all-in sa Dynamite. Okay. So, better than you, Adam Cole and MJF defeated Aussie Open for the ROH World Tag Team titles. Then they will defend the title tomorrow at All Out. Yun. Then Hook defeated Jack Perry in a FTW title rules match for the FTW Championship. Then CM Punk defeated Samoa Joe for the Real World Championship that no one cares about. Then Bullet Club Gold and Konosuke Takeshita defeated Golden Elite, Kenny Omega, Hangman, and Kota Ibushi. Then FTR defeated Young Bucks for the tag titles. Eddie Kingston, Penta Elisero, Best Friends, and Orange Cassidy defeated BCC, Mike Santana, and Ortiz. Santana and Ortiz lang. Okay. So, Saraya defeated Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. Darby Allin and Sting defeated Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. And Will Ospreay defeated Chris Jericho in a 1-on-1 match. Acclaimed and Billy Gunn defeated House of Black for the AEW Trios Tag Titles. And the main event, MJF defeated Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. Originally, the match was ended in a draw, but the match was immediately started. Yun. So, yun lang. Thoughts on this event. Okay. So, ito yung magiging thoughts ko on this whole event. Yun. Oh, shit. Okay. So, let's start with MJF, Adam Cole, the tag title storyline. Alam nyo, as much as nawiwirduhan ako on how things working out, champion sila, then parang naglaban din sila all throughout for the AEW title. Parang ang weird, pero ang ganda kasi talaga ng chemistry ni MJF tsaka ni Cole, Adam Cole. Madadala ka nung dalawa sa kanilang chemistry. Tsaka sa kung paano na rin nagkiklik yung bawat segments nila. So which is good for me. Then yung titles is just props of their partnership na rin. Down the line naman may magta-turn din sa dalawan to. Most likely hindi si MJF. Kasi si MJF parang pa-baby face na eh. Ang ganda rin kasi ng presentation kay MJF as a baby face na nagpe-pretend na lang na heel. Pero ayun, I hope na we can see a different side of MJF down the line as a baby face, no? Then Hook defeated Jack Perry. no one was surprised here really. Hook, in the end of the day, is getting his revenge on Jack Perry. Siguro punishment na rin to ni TK sa nangyari ng mga nakaraan about CM Punk and him. But we will talk about CM Punk and Jack Perry later on the show. Okay, so CM Punk defeated Samoa Joe for the AEW Real World Championship. No one cares about the belt, let's face it, guys. Pero I think the match was not that bad. Uh, I think I think this match was good. Hindi lang talaga to ang ibabaw for me. Hindi lang sakto lang to, sakto-sakto lang. Hindi ito yung match na matatandaan ko pag tinandaan ko yung All in London. Pero yeah, this match was really good. I really like how they are presenting CM Punk as AEW Real Champion, whatever kung ano pangalan nila. Pero I wish this thing will be dropped kasi sa tingin ko di talaga nag-workout. Sa to lang, I like the presentation of Punk but this thing is not really working out on AEW kasi MJF is in the building, champion din. Nasasapawan parang gusto sumapaw nito, bida-bida kasi. Okay, Bullet Club Gold versus Elite. Tagal na nito Tapusin nyo na nga to, for fuck's sake. Let with the Takeshita Omega match at All Out will be the ender of this feud. Like, ayoko na ng feud na to. Suya na ako sa feud na Takeshita and the Elite. Sana mag-continue na lang magkaroon na lang ng continuity yung Elite tsaka Takeshita feud. Wag na masyadong habaan, masyadong OA na yung build nila dito. But yeah, I really love Takeshita. Takeshita is just needing a story na magpo-progress pa sa kanyang heel turn. And I think Omega is not that perfect person to be with his as this dancing partner. Pero yun, the match was really good. Tong BCC Takeshita versus Elite. Sakto lang. Okay lang to. Okay, FTR versus Young Bucks. This match was really good. Na-miss ko bigla yung matches nila before sa Full Gear. So basically, ito yung match nila na may crowd. And yeah, nadala ako sa emotions ng apat. And yeah, the Bray Wyatt detail on their tribute was really good. Terry Punk tribute was really good over there as well. But yeah, this match was really good. You should watch it personally. Sobrang nagandahan ako dito. Swear, for sure. Okay, then, Eddie Kingston, tong kanyang Stadium Stampede, ewan ko pero I think this is the best Stadium Stampede match that I seen the AEW, other Stadium Stampedes in AEW before. Umikot sila sa pagiging komedyak I think this Stadium Stampede stood out pagdating sa presentation ng mas maganda, mas seryoso masyado. And I think it makes this Stadium Stampede really good. And yeah, the more detailing, medyo seryoso to kumpara sa dalawa pang Stadium Stampede that we got before. And I think this is a really good thing to cap off or to at least to climax the Eddie Kingston BCC feud. So yeah, I think this is gonna be good. And later we're going to discuss the all-out match between Moxley and Orange Cassidy, possibly the main event of All Out pay-per-view. But yeah, I think this Stadium Stampede was really good. Definitely the best Stadium Stampede that we have. And going on to Saraya, Hikaru Shida, Dr. Britt Baker, and Tony Storm. Hindi ko na masyadong i-elaborate yung kanta na ginamit nila throughout the show, but Saraya performing with her family is just hard. It's just a very good moment and emotional moment for Saraya. Winning a championship few years after her retirement will always be memorable for me. Like, will always be memorable for me. Ayan. Mali pala yung term ko. But yeah, this match was memorable, and I think they did big justice for Saraya for letting her winning this big and letting her own this moment for All In. And yeah, this match was really good as well. So the match was okay lang. I gave this match a lower grade because parang ang ikli. Pero yeah, I really love how they presented Saraya here as their hometown hero here, and I hope Saraya will turn more as a babyface down the road. Okay, Darby Allin and Sting defeated Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. The match was not that bad. Parang ano bang tawag dito? It's basically your mandatory Darby and Sting match but coffin match. And I really love how they present Sting here. Like Sting is 60 plus years old, and I think Sting is stick can go. Sting is just so good and on whatever he can do, and Sting is just on the top of the world definitely when it comes to that. Will Ospreay defeated Chris Jericho. Medyo bitan ako. I want some continuity here na hindi natin nakuha. Si Jericho medyo confusing yung role niya, si Ospreay medyo ano din, parang gusto niya rin sumama kay Don Callis. And medyo magulo lang yung pagkwento ng AEW dito, knowing how AEW is very with their random build-ups. But ayan, I think this thing was really good. Okay, so the Acclaimed defeated House of Black. Well-deserved win, and they're now the first team, I guess. Hindi pala. Sorry, it's the ano pala to. Sila what they call this, sila Penta ata first guys to win both AEW and Trios Tyros. Clarify na lang sa akin. Feeling ko hindi sila eh. No? Hindi sila. It's the most likely the Lucha Bros. Yun. Lucha Bros na nga. Lucha Bros are the first one to win both AEW duos and tags, Trios Tag Tyros. Yeah. But this match was just fun. So, MJF versus Adam Cole, alam nyo, ito yung nangibabaw sa akin when it comes to the matches of All in London. The storyline was there. The chemistry was there. It's just amazing. Wag nyo na lang isipin yung mga antics ni MJF. But overall, this thing was so good. The whole pay-per-view was superb. May mga ilan na sabit-sabit. Pero pwede naman siya gamutin in a way. Pero ayun, I think All In delivered kahit paano. Their next pay-per-view ever, All Out, not so much. We will talk about that later as we progress on the show. Okay, so let's go to Fallout na ng AEW All In. Ayan, magpo-progress tayo sa Fallout ng AEW All In. Okay. So, Commander versus John Moxley. Commander announced that he will face Commander. Okay. So, that moment was just amazing. Like, holy fuck. Madami din nabago dahil sa Hurricane Adalia. And, yeah, I think a presentation of Moxley here just superb, and eventually yung tawag dito. Ano tawag dito? Down the line, he will face Orange Cassidy for the International Championship, and I know John Moxley will lose this match out eventually. But yeah, this just so good. Okay. Continue tayo. So nagkaroon ng tease between BCG, FTR, and the Young Bucks. Nagkaroon sila ng tease about a match for All in London or All Out London, putang ina. All Out this Sunday. We're discussing that later. And then si Storm, ang ganda ng character niya dito so far. Ang ganda ng impression niya, ang ganda ng impression sa bagong role na 'to ni Toni Storm. And, yeah, it's just so good and sa tingin ko yung character niya nahanap niya na sa AEW and kaya niya na makipag-mix with everyone and sa returning face who eventually near for us when it comes to her. But yeah, the presentation was superb, sobra. Then, and so we have Jericho and Osprey thing. Tawag dito. They want to chase the AEW tag title starting next week. And sadly, di na nasundan yung Don Callis storyline. Di na rin siya na-mention. Ewan ko bakit. And, ayun. Ewan ko, di ko rin alam kung anong susunod dito kina Darby. Di ko rin alam kung anong susunod kay Jericho at kay Sammy. And, yeah, I wish though na maglaban na lang sila. That would be better for me. Yan lang. Pero pansin na rin natin yung sa Rhea, Toni Storm, may tease na rin sila ng split up like nung sa All in London pa lang nakikita na natin yung split up. And creative choice na to pero sobrang long overdue na rin. Pero okay na rin at least matutuloy na yung split up nila. Guevara and Jericho, ganun din, mag-split din sila down the line. I'm good with that. It's a good idea to be honest. Eddie Kingston defeated Wheeler Yuta in an amazing match in my opinion. And actually yung the title was presented for the first time the NGPW Strong Openweight title and I think that was very good. Okay. So yun lang. Tawag dito. Yan lang. Okay. So we got a trios tag match. No one cares about this. Let's face it, guys. But this match was sakto lang. The Acclaimed got their new tag titles and I think that was really good. And ang ganda ng detailing as in yung clipping plus yung scissors on the back. That was a really good detailing on the belts if you ask me. Ayun. So the presentation was bad pero yung belts, ayun, that was good. That was so good. Okay, so ito na nga. Well, Orange Cassidy versus Penta El Zero. Tawag dito. Okay lang, not surprised. But Moxley waiting for Orange Cassidy to the pay-per-view this Sunday. Yeah. Ayan. So, sobrang ganda rin talaga ng pag-present nila kay Orange Cassidy lately. Di na siya yung tamad na magsasalita lang ng if gusto niya. Basta ito, importante, Orange Cassidy. Nahanap niya na yung yung tao dito. Nagkaroon na siya ng attention or awareness when it comes to his character. I'm glad that AEW is upgrading that from time to time and it's just good for me. So, yun lang. I think All In was good. All Out, not so much. Let's talk about WWE Payback now. So, Payback na tayo, diretso. Kasi, medyo, wala na sa wisyo. Pag-connecting na lang natin yung mga storylines that we will talk about and the things that we are going to get and eventually pag-usapan na natin kung mga bagay-bagay na mangyayari down here and down the line pagkatapos nito. Okay? Ang weird kasi yung Payback is on Labor Day weekend. But okay, I'll take it slide for now. Excuse me. So, Payback will take place this weekend. Ito, mamaya na pala actually, mamaya na. So, ito, Payback 2023. We're going to do the predictions now. Let's face it, All In, All Out tsaka Payback, pare silang pangit when it comes to build-ups. But I think WWE stood out as always when it comes to building up their pay-per-views. Since masanay na sila sa monthly na pay-per-views, unlike AEW, AEW is just that bad when it comes to building their shows. So sorry, I'm that have to say it to you guys, but AEW is just that bad when it comes to building their shows. So yeah, I apologize for the language that I just said. Okay, so continue tayo sa mga predictions natin. John Cena will be the host of this event. Yeah, panghatak lang to. Okay, so sige na. Predict na tayo for Payback. So Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a steel cage match. For fuck's sake, let's finish this feud. I'm tired of this. WrestleMania pa to. So Trish versus Becky. I think Becky should win here down the line. Will be the first Trish Stratus steel cage match, and Becky should win this one. Okay. So then we have KO and Sami versus Judgment Day, Balor and Damian Priest in a Steel City street fight. I don't think Balor and Priest winning this one. Pero para kasi mag-progress yung story nila, kailangan nila matalo. So I have to give it to Balor and Priest. And then posibleng mag-cash in si Balor, si Priest after ng main event. Now we will talk about that later. Then Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. I'm not that really expecting here. I just want to Rhea to finish her reign kasi sobrang hindi na maganda. And mid na din talaga yung reign niya for me as a AEW champion or WWE champion. But yeah, Rhea Ripley is just over right now. So probably hindi siya maging reason ng pagkatalo niya. So yun lang. Then Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. We might see a heel turn for Santos Escobar, but anything can happen on that. We'll talk about that soon. But Rey Mysterio for now will win this match and will retain his title for today. Then we have LA Knight versus The Miz. I think this will be a rub moment for LA Knight. So I'll just going to give it to LA Knight here. What a beautiful moment if you ask me. Then 6 Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. As much as I want Shin to win, sana hindi mag-cash in muna si Priest dito. But Priest cashing in would be understandable as well. And sa tingin ko din naman, medyo justified na why you have to claim one of the biggest roles dito ng MWF. But yun lang naman yung nakikita ko. Sorry about that. But Nakamura versus Rollins, I think Nakamura needs to win. Marami na napatunayan si Seth. Pero iwasan niya muna sa nila yung cash in ni Priest para wala masyadong gulo. Okay? So, yun lang. So yun lang muna for this portion of the episode. All out portion will be added tomorrow. After nito, we're going to add all out on the continuity of this episode. But yeah, for now, stay safe. We're out. Yun lang naman. I have to predict Shinsuke will win the World Heavyweight title. And like what I said, we're going to add the all out predictions on the second half of the show, or will be added on the next portion of the show. So for now, this will be my payback predictions. We'll be add all out on our second portion tomorrow sa recording. Basta yun. Yun lang naman ang plano. But for now, we will continue this podcast with the yun lang naman. Para sa akin lang, okay na to. We're going to continue the discussion of the show with all out. I have to cut some details of it tomorrow. Mamaya na lang. Basta, ayun. All out tayo. Second half of the show will be added once I recorded that portion of the episode. But for now, stay safe and stay wrestle. See you on the next portion of the show. So for now, we'll right back and let's check our bunkmates on Bunk Collective. All out will be added tomorrow on this episode once This episode will be released on Spotify and the rest of the podcast platforms. But for now, stay safe and stay reso. See ya later for the all out one. Okay?
Been wanting to learn about different careers? Or just need that nudge to pursue your passion projects? Here at Project Offbeat Careers Podcast, we talk to guests with unique careers outside the usual corporate shtick. Listen to historians, gamers, teachers, and cosplayers. See how they've succeeded and how you can apply their learnings to your workplace. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And get ready to take the off-beaten path with us.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing pretty ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers. Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
Okay. So, we're now here on the stretch of the part 2 of this episode. So, again, my apologies if you got this probably morning na here in the Philippines. But this my predictions for this year's, what I call this, all out, this portion. But before that, let's start with some CM Punk talk. So AEW released or officially fired CM Punk from AEW. So we have the statement here by Tony Khan, and wow. I thought Tony Khan is not gonna do this, man, but he did it, bro. He fucking did it. Okay, so just to emphasize what I just said, Tony Khan fucked up CM Punk here, and better late than never. No? Better late than never. He released CM Punk already. While we're looking for the statement. Welcome here to the second half of the MT Show podcast. Wait for the moment. We're trying to look up back to the statement, and alam niyo yun, yung excuse me po. What I call this? Ito, nakita ko na yung statement ng AEW regarding kay CM Punk. Yeah, it's very important that we look onto this kasi ito yung pinag-aantay ng fanbase, and what I call this, isa pang bagay kasi is CM Punk is just a setting up a factor. So that's why bakit nga ba na-release CM Punk? And di pa na na-explain yung context. So what in the blue hell CM Punk did. So yun na nga, tinarantado niya o nagkatarantaduhan sila backstage ni Jack Perry before CM Punk's match. And looks like based from the CCTV camera footages that excuse me, based from the cameras na nag-aired on backstage, hindi na siya i-air, most likely hindi na siya papakita dito sa mga screens. It's most likely because what I call this, ano bang ano ba yan? Putang inang mali yan. Okay, so ito. So here's the statement from AEW. Bullshit ka talaga. Iinom na talaga ako pag wala pa din. Okay. So here's the statement from AEW. Again, my apologies if thing is loading up until me minded. Okay. So All Elite Wrestling has terminated the wrestler and employment agreements between Philip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW. with cause effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, CEO, GM, and whatever. Haba na ng blah 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 blah. Utang ina, haba kasi ng mga Ayan. So the termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW All in London on Sunday, August 27. So again, the context of this is there's an altercation between Jack Perry and CM Punk, and the news per Fightful was captured by the CCTV cameras of Wembley Stadium. So medyo malala kasi kita huli na ng camera ng Wembley yung lahat ng katarantaduan ni CM Punk. And sa tingin ko wala siyang lampas doon, no? Then, eto. So, following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making an anonymous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. Khan offered the following statement: Phil played an important role within AEW and I thanked him for his contributions. The termination of his AEW contracts with cause is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to some of many of his fans. Nevertheless, I am making the decision in the best interests in the many amazing people who make AEW possible every week. Our talent, staff, venue operators, and many others whose efforts are unsung but essential to bring our fans great shows on television at arenas and stadiums throughout the world. So, that's the statement by All Elite Wrestling regarding CM Punk's release in AEW. So, ano ba yan? Ito na naman yung ano eh. So, ito, may bonus tayong report. So, SI reports that sources close to both sides expect a response from CM Punk after the announcement of his firing by AEW yesterday, which holds the potential to be explosive. We are waiting for this, so we're just holding our grudges here for now. Because we might get worse things and whatever. Anything is possible in this case. But we would discuss that in a late date, and it might happen or whatever we're getting in the next moments, or maybe and I just joking up every time. Wait for a moment. Wait, guys, I have to mute this shit for now, and fuck this, I have to go get some water. Okay. Okay, yan, we're back. Yung kape na yan, pucha. Buti lang, I got my coffee here, which is a good thing. Always be a good thing. Okay, so. But ayun, Jack Perry, what I call this again, is the one who altercated with CM Punk. And yeah. We're not kinda explaining this thing further. Hindi natin masyado i-explain why we are getting this release by CM Punk. At ito ano ba daw tawag dito? Wait. Ano bang tawag dito? So CM Punk, it's kinda sad for some fans. It's good for some fans. Personally, to me, it's good and bad, no? So, good kasi, toxic niya kasi. Alam niyo yun, na sobrang toxic ni CM Punk. Kahit siya mismo din niya na alam ko na yung mga ginagawa niya. It's kinda sad for me to say this, but that's the reality we're getting about CM Punk. But that's, like what I said, that's the reality, no? Yung, ano ba tawag dito? Yung kanyang, oh, shoot. Okay, so ito kasi, it's a sad reality. Kasi si CM Punk is very what I call this, he doesn't give a fuck. Kasi kung may bagay na pabor sa kanya, yun ang ipapanigan niya or papakinggan niya. But, okay. So, we're reading now this case by SI. So, again, this SI SI to. So, guys, maybe take this thing with a grain of salt. Okay. So, fortunately for AEW, a specific Punk match was not advertised for this card. So, all out ito, ha? So, there was an ample speculation that Punk would make a surprise appearance. But this is not the case anymore. Punk was not dismissed solely because of his altercations with Jack Perry last week in London sa All In. His firing came up after Tony Khan felt physically threatened by Punk at All In during his attempt to get Punk refocused on the match. Unlike prior occasions, Khan was not able to effectively communicate or reason with Punk. An eyewitness account supporting Khan's claims further ended any chance that Punk would return to AEW. Khan's legal team unanimously recommended that Punk's contract will be terminated. And yeah, they fired him. So Khan spoke to the crowd in Chicago last night ahead of collision, giving his side of the firing. He shared that his safety was in danger during the Punk incident at All In and that other members of the AEW crew was also in danger. Khan added that he never previously felt his life has been in danger wrestling show until that moment. There's videos of that. And Khan's speech did not evoke memories of Paul Heyman's public firing of Sabu in 1995, which stands as one of the most brilliant promos of all time. Heyman framed his words so precisely that the crowd at the ECW arena would have them been insulting themselves and booed his speech. It's very different, but still Tony Khan stayed true to himself. And they also pre-taped a promo for that, and he was willing to step into the fire and a fiery Chicago crowd. And I've heard from more of this crowd, including WWE and his people, including WWE as well, criticizing Tony Khan's speech. But yeah, this is very authentic to me. And we're writing notes as well. Nothing. Okay. So, ito kasi was just an explanation why CM Punk was released by AEW. Yes, this is a welcome change, but it's kind of very unfortunate to see CM Punk the most, actually, what I call this, CM Punk is the most, ano ba ang term dito? Pinaka-effective na star. Kahit kupal yan. Pero magpakatotoo na tayo. CM Punk is definitely the guy na nagpataas ng stocks ng AEW. Pero totoo din na AEW can live or can survive without CM Punk. And that's the reality that you guys should choked up right now. Just like me, I'm choking up on my fucking nuts here. Sorry. Sorry about that. But, so, CM Punk, without CM Punk, AEW can survive. With CM Punk, they can survive. But, that's for sure that CM Punk can't survive without wrestling in his veins. So, magpakatotoo na tayo dun. And kayo, mga putang na nyo, bago kayo magpapaniwala sa mga balita dyan, na kung ano naman sinasabi dyan, na si CM Punk daw ay WWE bound na, kayo na mismo pagtatawanan ko dyan. Bahala kayo dyan, balitaan nyo yan. Eh, syempre, sabihin nyo, balitaan nyo yan. Si CM Punk ko eh. I don't get you guys. Sorry. Basta yun. Again, here's the news. CM Punk is now terminated by AEW after of the All-In incident. We said this few moments that he was terminated because of the backstage incident with Jack Perry at All-In London. So yeah, according to Sean Rossap and multiple reports, Jack Perry and CM Punk was involved in a backstage altercation prior to the start of the main card of All in London. And ito kasi parang parang CM Punk is kind of offended here on the line ni Jack Perry na real glass, cry me a river. So, yun, parang yun ang pinagmulan talaga na ito yung mukhang naging offensive part ni CM Punk. So, ang report dito, CM Punk and Jack Perry had a backstage run-in before a collision episode. So, over Jack Perry wanting to use a real glass in a segment. So, despite the backstage issue at All In, Punk opened the pay-per-view against CM Punk or a Samoa Joe. And, yeah, yun lang. Ayun. Yun lang naman. Ito, before we continue with the all-out cards, all-out predictions, and some thoughts on Payback kasi save natin yun for next week. Ano ba masasabi ko when it comes to the what do you call this? When it comes to the Real World Championship, pag-usapan pa ba natin to? Seryoso ba? Gusto niyo bang pag-usapan ko pa to? Kasi parang pointless eh. The title thing, the storyline, yes, is very pointless if you're going to ask me. And I've talked this earlier in the part 1, which is what I call this. I talked this already on the part 1, yung about tamang term ko dito. Yung sa part 1 kasi napag-usapan na natin yung thoughts ko about the pay-per-view. So medyo din natin bibigyan ng thought dito sa part 2. But yeah, ito. So again, recap lang natin. So si AEW, they announced that they're going to have a Wrestle Dream during the All-In thing, All-In, what I call this, All-In press conference out. After press conference, basta yun. They announced that we're going to have Wrestle Dream will be honored to Antonio Inoki, and with this event taking place on the 1-year anniversary of his passing. So, yan. In-announce yun sa All-In London press con. Media scrum. Basta yun. We're going to have that October 1. And ano ba venue na to? In Seattle, Washington. Yan lang. Win lang muna for now. Okay. So, card up All Out. So, All Out, we're having another pay-per-view. Alam nyo guys, totoo lang. All Out, this card on paper is just bad. No? It's just bad. I don't care if there's 2 back-to-back cards of All In, but this card is just bad. As in, bad. Really bad. Wala akong pake kung madami yung matches. This thing is just bad. As in. Okay. So, excuse me. Since this is the part 2 of the episode, dire-diretsuin na natin. Then, hahapayawan natin yung payback ng konti. Tsaka yung mga weekly shows. Konti. Bigyan natin ng hapayaw. Okay? So, let's talk about the cards of All Out since this is the worst card in pay-per-view ng AEW. So, Athena, Mercedes Martinez, and Diamante versus Hikaru Shida, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue. It's a 6-woman tag. Why these matches are kick-off show? I don't get this, man. I don't get this. Ayun. So, we're giving this to the faces. Siguro dahil pambawi ba? Parang momentum catching kasi ito eh. So, most likely, Shida, Nightingale, and Sky Blue will win. Then, ito. So, we have here an over budget battle royale. Ang alam ko dito, it's the winner of the battle royale is getting 50. Wait lang. I have to confirm this. Fuck it. I have to confirm that. There's a battle royale again, just to confirm that. Okay, wait. I have to confirm this since I didn't watch the card. I didn't watch all collision. Sorry about. Pero hindi ko napanood yung all out. Real talk. Real talk. I'm saying this real time that I didn't watch all out. But okay. So this is the card that we're looking for. Pero ito, singit lang natin na medyo fun fact kasi yung all out, what I call this, itong card na to, itong pagpa-back to back ng all in, all out card. As much as I'm really excited about this, putting things back to back, it's not that a good idea. If you're going to ask me. But yeah, again, mauulit siya next year and that thing is not a good idea. Okay, but yeah. So the over budget charity battle royale, which is the winner will give $50,000 to the charity of their choice. Siguro i-skip ko na lang ito kasi wala naman tayong names about who will join the battle royale. So most likely it's a woman battle royale to. Ay, hindi. hindi. It's a guy battle royale. Okay. Basta, we're going to skip this kasi wala naman details about it. No. Basta, kung sino man yung pagbibigyan, sana in a good hands talaga mapunta. At hindi sa mga charity, panggapan charity. Yun. So, the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn with Dennis Rodman versus Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal for the trios tag titles. Obviously retain to. Wala na akong masyadong itotots dito. The number 4, Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin. Let's face it, I think Luchasaurus will win this. You know, Christian Cage is ringside distracting. Yeah, I think this is gonna be retained for sure. Then, Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I think Miro will win this more. Miro needs the win more here. Okay. Then, Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. No doubt, I have to give this to Chris Statlander. May clip pa kasi yung run niya as TBS champion. So, yeah. We will need definitely Chris Stat to retain her women's title. Yan. So, Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks. Alam mo yun to. Here's the thing about this. Yung contract earlier, they never said na Ricky Steamboat. ang ganda ng detailing ng pag-address nila kanina. So, it's a good thing to me. Na nilagay lang nila is the Dragon. So, di ba the Dragon din si Steamboat? And yun, they made this return for Bryan Danielson. It's just amazing to me. Ayun. So, I think Danielson will win this match eventually. And it's a strap match. And yeah, Danielson definitely will win this. Okay. So, we got Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. I think down the line, everyone will realize how long and shit the storyline is. But yeah, I think this is a must win for Kenny Omega for sure. Yun. Then we have BCG Bullet Club Gold, the whole Bullet Club Gold versus FTR in Young Bucks. Yeah, mukhang nag-unite na ang FTR tsaka Young Bucks backstage after of the Dynamite episode and the match was made of peso. Um, I think if they want the shots for the FTR, yeah, I think this is a win for Bullet Club Code. But yeah, I think this is a BCG win, must win. Okay, so we have Adam Cole and MJF versus Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver for the ROH tag titles. This is obvious. This has to be retained by Adam Cole and MJF. Wala nang mawawala sa kanila. But, di naman ako sure, pero feeling ko naman, baka dito magmula yung tensions nila MJF tsaka ni Adam Cole. But not yet, anytime soon. But, yeah, we're looking forward to more Adam Cole and MJF moments later in AEW All Out. Okay, so Samoa Joe and Shane Taylor for the ROH television title. I have to give this to Joe. No doubt, Joe is still dominant when it comes to his title run. And sa totoo lang, parang mas mas nagmumukha pang world champion si Joe kaysa kay Claudio. I almost forgot few episodes ago that Claudio is the world champion ng ROH. Minsan natatawa ako while I'm thinking about it. Ayan, so, nag-relate na reaction ako. Shit. But yan, okay. So, Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata versus BCG. But Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, double champ. Hindi, double champs pa to. Hindi. Okay, basta yan. Claudio and Wheeler Yuta versus Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata. I think to continue with the ROH title run or title match between Eddie Kingston and Claudio, dapat talaga one-on-one na eh. Ba't nyo pa binibigyan ng ganito si Eddie? I don't get this shit, man, bro. I don't get this. Basta, I'm going to give my prediction to... Wait, who won the all-out match? It's Eddie, di ba? So probably parang para mag-progress yung title shot ni Eddie, it should be Eddie again. But this time hindi si Eddie kukuha ng pinfall para lang may iba, no? So Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata will win this thing. Okay, main event, Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. This will be, as far as I know, 10th main event on pay-per-view ni Jon Moxley. Then Orange Cassidy's first main event. So Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley for the international title. And they're advertising this as the main event of All Out. Ano pa yan? Nauupo na naman ako eh. Ayun, so this will be the main event of AEW All Out per CM Punk. Ayun, so this is... This is really hard because CM Punk kasi is naman tawag dito. Ba't si CM Punk na naman? Ano ba to? Ayun. Nawala ako sa afterthought ko. Sorry guys. But I think really hard that Moxley is not going to win the title. And he can put over naman si Orange and to establish na rin him as a big character of the show maybe. Yeah. But ayun. Okay. So Jack Perry will be great. No? Jack Perry. Joke lang. Siguro si Ozzy might retain his title on this time. Basta yun, whatever. Orange Cassidy will retain this title for sure. Wala naman ako masyadong kasabihin pa. But guys, again, I'm sorry that this part of the episode will be excerpted later on the podcast sa ating latest episode, and kailangan natin to i-insert. Again, in case you missed the news of the CM Punk release, can check out the social media. There's a lot of posts in social media. Sabi ko nga, hindi ko na masyadong gigisahin si CM Punk kasi utas na ako kakagisa sa kanya. For the past 2 years, and CM Punk is still trending, just the same issue that he is sharing with. And sawa na ako kay CM Punk. Basa-basa na lang kayo ng mga post dyan. Madali naman basahin yung mga pinagsasabi ni CM Punk. It's all about his immaturity, bitches. But yan, ayun, almost patapos na tayo ng podcast. Wala naman tayo masyadong kailangan i-recap sa weekly show. So again, I may apologize if nalampasan naman natin tong WWE. And Payback will be talked about next week. But yeah, pwede na ba ako maglabas ng sama ng loob sa Disney Plus? Kasi sobrang buwisit ng Disney Plus. Kasi 1 hour mahigit yung delay ng kanilang feed. Sana naman din na maulit to sa Fastlane or Survivor Series or Saudi, whatever, kung mga pay-per-view yan. Pero sana din na maulit to kasi it's pain to the ass na ganito kalala yung delay. Putya, hindi na nga kayo makapaglabas ng VOD on time. Delay pa kayo mag-air ng shows. It's just disappointing to the point na sobrang ganit na yung pinagagawa ng AEW. Basta yun, sala talaga ang sala talaga yung Disney Plus lately. Sana hindi na maulit daw. Okay. Ayun, again, I may apologize if alam niyo naman sobrang lala ng ubo ko lately. And putang ina kasi. Again, in case you missed this, All Out will be televised exclusively on Fight since September 1, Tap DMV is no longer airing AEW shows. It's kind of sad for some fans of AEW that they have to pull out. There's no details disclosed by Tap why they dropped this bird, but this it's very obvious, no? Hindi naman siya dapat i-explain pa ng Tap, pero it's obvious to some of us that one of the reasons for that is definitely WWE being on the same network. But yun, you can watch it naman on Fight TV. You can watch it on YouTube if available sa YouTube. You can watch it. And as of today, wala pa din yung VOD ng wala pa rin yung VOD ng Payback sa Disney Plus. So yeah, it's very unfortunate that we're not gonna watch this PLE again. Since sobrang nalampasan ko yung kina Trish Stratus, but according to our friends in the internet, the Payback PLE was good. Sana maganda talaga. Basta importante where we can talk about CM Punk, we can talk about blah 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 whatever, and we can exert it before time of basta yun lang. Yeah, that's it for today's episode of the podcast. You can follow the podcast on. Okay, so sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button. My apologies for that. Okay, so you can follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, or X. Kung naman tawag yun, wala akong pakialam. Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and whatever platforms that you're using. You can check the platform at the MTG Show Pod. You can support the podcast as well on Patreon and Gank. So patreon.com/the MTG Show Podcast with more content to come on our Patreon. So please support on that. And also, just a reminder, we're trying to release the Road to Fate preview on Patreon. So please stand out for that. Stand by for that. Sorry. Hindi ko na alam sasabihin ko. Plus, yun, basta, please stand by for that episode. We're going to release that on Gank and Patreon. Patreon lang. Parang medyo i-obsolete na natin si Gank kasi di naman tayo makapagawa ng exclusive content doon. Basta, yun, Patreon tayo mag-focus. Then, you can follow as well Bonk on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and the website at the Bonk PH. And yung website natin is thebankph.com. You can support us on all of the socials. Yan, thebankph. And please rate the podcast. Nakikiusap ako. Baka naman you can rate the show 5 stars and 6 in Tokyo Dome. Sana sumobra pa, no? And ayan, your reviews is really important to the show. So therefore, we can continue with progressing and sa pagbibigay na rin ng magagandang content regarding on this show. So shoutouts. Gusto ko magbigay ng shoutouts sa mga nakita natin ng Road to Fate. Sorry, hindi na ako gano'n nakapag-shoutout doon. No? Sila Clark, si Ryder Ozzy. Shoutouts na rin kay Sir Wayne of San Francisco that we saw on Road to Fate. And also the one who wrote us, he wrote a thread or article about the show. And want to thank him as well for that. And yun lang naman. So I don't really have shoutouts, but yeah, shoutouts to the MWF family again for the trust and for the show. And ayan. Abang lang kayo sa mga content for Road to Fate again. Ayun. So keep an eye on that. And please support our local scene on Kank, sa MWF, sa IPW on YouTube, and sa Woo, probably i-release na yung DexCon in the next couple of weeks. And please support everyone in the local wrestling scene. Yun lang naman. So, please support the show as well on Patreon, patreon.com/the Show Podcast. Yun lang for me. For now, we're getting longer here. Stay safe. Ayun, umuulan na naman. Sana hindi kayo magkasakit. Kagaya ko, huwag niyo akong tularan. Kupal kasi ako. Ayun, stay safe and stay rest. So, see you next week for the review of both Payback and All Out pay-per-views as we process both of them. Same time, same platform, and same service, same podcast. And has been the MT Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast in cooperation with Punk Collective. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the show. But for now, goodbye. See you on the next one.